Hello, Wellness Wednesday family. Today we have a very special episode because we have a very special guest, Mama Grace, from the School of Etiquette, Amazing Grace School of Etiquette, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm just going to give you the floor to introduce yourself, what you do, and yeah, you can tell the people about what you do.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's quite an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with you today.
Yeah.
Like you say, my name is Grace Machonisa, worldly known as Mama
Mama
Grace
Grace.
from the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette. So at the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette, what we basically do is just to help you tap into that inner grace, to help you refine, because you are born with it. You already know what it is, but you just need that extra push, that extra tapping, so that you can learn how to behave in an acceptable way in your community, in your workspaces, in schools as children, in churches, basically how you behave to be accepted and also to make others feel accepted and welcome socially and professionally.
Okay. And with the school, does it do you enroll people? Like, is it like a course that people learn, or you go from places to places teaching people? Like, how does one attend the school?
Okay, so our school offers quite a variety of courses. We offer trainings for children in schools. We offer trainings for business corporates. We offer trainings for churches. And most of these are tailor-made. We, like for example, when we go to schools, we have discovery sessions with the schools. What is it that they need? Their students need to learn more, and we tailor make it to that. Like for example, young ones who are growing, they need to learn on manners, they need to learn on confidence, they need to learn on how to communicate. And so we tailor make their curriculum. Others will just be wanting to groom their girls to be well presentable in terms of their general outlook. How do they walk? How do they dress? How do they confidently present themselves out there? And so we have those courses which we tailor make for you as a school or for you as a business. We also facilitate team buildings where we will go to venues of your choice and we train the corporates and build the team together. So that's how we train.
Okay.
At our
And
school.
you're the founder, you're the CEO, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm the founder and the current CEO of the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette. And it is a pleasure for me because growing up, I've always wanted to be a Mimfundisi. And so I'll tell you a story. I then said to my husband, now that I'm married to you, you are a Catholic, and automatically I became a Catholic as well, which means I no longer have that opportunity to be a mindfulness. So he asked me a very important question. He says, when you wanted to be mindfulness, what did you want to do? I said, I've always wanted to be there for the women in the church, to guide them, to coach them, to help them with prayers when they need, and help them present themselves well as anamai who are respected. I wanted to train and teach the youths to behave, to grow up to be the leaders of tomorrow who are responsible, who know their mission, their purpose, and follow it through. You know, that's what I've always wanted to. And he says, okay, of all those things, which of those haven't you done yet? And then I remembered, I get called to come and teach in churches during my spare time. Every time I get a chance to speak to the ladies and how they should look, how do they present themselves so that as business people, they look okay, as mothers, they look okay. I've done that. And he says, see, you are already a Mamfundisi. but what you don't have is the title. And that is when I realized I really needed to take this grooming and etiquette further, because it's more of what I do. But I thought it was a mindfulness, but it's a much broader. I am now coaching people to serve God with the way they dress, serve God with the way they speak to others, with kindness, with respect, with empathy. So that's more of what I do, what we do at the Amazing Grace
Trust me,
School of
guys, she's
Etiquette.
already teaching me, because you see the way she's been sitting so elegantly. My back is literally aching because I'm trying to match your posture. My back is aching, trying to match your posture, because I think the things that you teach are the things that I see in TV. Like, I thought, Kuti, are the things called grooming? Are the things called etiquette? Maybe it's just something that people, learn at home. They don't really have to go to school for it. But I can see, Kuti, I'm lacking, because I can see the way you take care of yourself, the way you're sitting, the way you just look put together. I was even surprised that she's a mother. I'm like, and you said a mother to how many?
7.
7 children.
That, yeah.
Shocking. Let's all be shocked right now. 7 children. So I think for this episode, it's going to be important to just know that for wellness, it's just not like doing our facials, your massages as we normally do, but it's also about who you are, the confidence, what you inflict on other people, who you are inside. It defines who you are at the outside and in the society and community. So we're very happy that you're here. And I'm just going to ask you a few questions, because I am coming from the people and would like to know more about it, because I think the more that we know about it, the more people will be invested and try to learn more and try to be better, and maybe come to your school. Oh, do you teach people like me? Like, do you do one-on-one lessons? Because
yes, we do have one-on-one lessons, and we take you as you are and walk you through what you need as a person, as an individual. So one-on-ones are actually one of our best, because we are looking at you as you, and we are looking at what you need as you, and we work on that.
See, I'm going right now. So when people hear the words grooming and etiquette, what do they often misunderstand about them? Like grooming, etiquette?
So when people hear about grooming and etiquette, most of the times they mistake it for, those rules, those written rules where you do this, you do that, or else it doesn't work. But at the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette, we're saying we are redefining etiquette, because etiquette, grooming and etiquette, it's not about stringent rules. It's more about, those unwritten set of way of behaving that makes you acceptable in the society. Why? Because when you learn them, you learn how to respect others. You learn how to empathize with others, and involve others, and respect, and always be looking out for the other person before you look out for yourself. You are giving others a preference. And so it helps you to be a more considerate person and a more acceptable. So going back to your question, grooming is not those rules. It's just those behaviors that makes you acceptable, that makes you respected, that makes you, when people see, they see the confidence, they see the respect, and you're acceptable, and you're not making others uncomfortable in the process.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good example, because I mean, at school, I used to think that those mean girls were the ones that were, like unconfident, the one that were acceptable, those mean girls, and you're just like, where did they gain the confidence from? But it's not like they groomed, right?
Yes.
It's like a misunderstanding about it. And then, what habits develop a strong and positive character? So, what does it take for a person?
Okay, so a strong character confidence, those things, they do not start when you go out. It's things that start way back in your closed door, where you are all alone. So I always advise that when you want to have a positive character, when you want to have confidence, you need to start by positive talk to yourself. I actually have one habit that I do myself. Every morning, I look myself in the mirror and I do self-affirmations, how beautiful I am, how confident I am, how well-spoken I am. I'm already acknowledging that. And so when I walk out, I have that confidence already. So if you try and talk me out of it, it takes time for me because I already know it. I looked myself in the mirror and I saw a confident Grace. I looked in myself in the mirror and I saw a confident Mama Grace. And so positive self-talk, it helps with positive character. And also learning those basic habits of being accountable in every situation that you come across in. Be accountable to everything that you do. If there is a mistake that you have made, it's good to just acknowledge, I made a mistake there and I'm sorry and I'm going to make it right. You're confident you're going to make it right, but you're not shy that this is what you've done. And so that's where it starts from. When you're trying to hide and you're not sure of yourself, that's where this peeping, toeing and all starts, because you don't want anyone to see what you've done. So being accountable, being responsible, positive self-talk will help you with a positive character that you build yourself.
Okay. I really appreciate that because personally, I don't know how you would deal with a person like me who's always negative and has insecurities. I think every time I look at the mirror, I'm like, why do I have big eyes? Why do I have weird? Like, even when it comes to my own personality or character, I'm like, why do you talk so much? Like, why? Like, it's all negative when I try to see the beauty in myself, but it's hard. And I think lots of people also, it's hard to see the beauty in themselves. So I think if you start with those affirmations, trying to find good things about myself to say, it'll maybe take some time for a person to put me down, because I do get put down with what people say. Maybe it's because I don't have the confidence that people seem to think I have, but not really.
But the other thing also to take note of is we are all created differently, unique in our own ways, and we are uniquely important. So you being talkative or me being shy, it's okay like that. So one of the things that we do coach on at the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette is personality coaching. We help you understand yourself better. What is my personality? And so in those personalities, how do I usually react to the environment? What are my strengths? And when you know that, you know how to work towards your weaknesses and work towards your strengths. You also get a chance to understand other people's personalities so that you understand why they do some of the things they do. I'll give you an example. Some people, when they are angry, their voices become calm and quiet. Then you know she is angry. But other personalities, when they are angry, they shout. Right? So if Mama Grace comes to you and you know her personality and she comes to you very calmly, then you know Mama Grace is angry. But if my brother there comes and he comes to you calmly, you know him. He is calm, so he is good. So you can't treat us the same. We are different. we just need to understand each other and how we react to our environment. So it's part of how you present yourself. When you understand yourself better and you also understand others better, it's very helpful. So don't bash yourself. You are uniquely, wonderfully, and fearfully made.
Thank you. Thank you for that. See, I'm coming for that school. Trust me, after this, I'm getting information. And how can good etiquette open doors, like, business wise, talking to someone, like just a person who's well groomed?
Okay. So when you are well groomed, you learn a lot of things. How to communicate, how to present yourself with confidence, how to speak in different environments, whether socially or in the corporate world. And so when you are well groomed in that manner, opportunities, they open up for you. When they are looking for a CEO, they're already looking for someone who dresses like a CEO. They don't look for someone who wants to learn to be a CEO. They're looking for someone who already speaks like one. They're looking for someone who is able to present themselves like one. So grooming and etiquette will open doors for you in terms of your career, in terms of building relationships. If you are a business person, people want to associate with people they can respect, who respect them back. People who are confident of themselves so that they can also be confident with them. People who empathize with them and feel for them when they are in trouble. So grooming and etiquette will open doors where your skills may not.
I really like that. Like, I'm learning a lot here. And I remember there is the clash between, let's say, traditional wise, like when you go home at the rural areas, and we're saying we have to be confident, but we didn't really grow up like that, When you're going back at Makaya, Kumusha there, they'll be like, why are you looking at me like that? Why? So there's a clash about that. So if you can differentiate how day-to-day grooming or confidence can sometimes clash with tradition when people go back home.
Thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yeah.
It remains etiquette. But etiquette, that's why we said they are not set rules. They are norms that helps you socialize well in the environment that you are in. So you would find that the traditional way, when you are in the rural areas, looking at ugogo in the eye, it's disrespecting. And automatically in that area, you've missed the etiquette because you are not making them comfortable. But in the business world, we are coaching you, you look me in the face, eye contact, and you confidently stand tall. Whereas in the rural areas, abokoko, they're expecting you to chikora mzura, bow down and be respecting of them. So what is important is for you to understand your environment and behave as the environment expects you to. So at the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette, we do have coaching for the cultural etiquette, our tradition as Africans. And then we have the business etiquette, social etiquette. So the different modules we take you through so that in every area that you're in every environment, whether it's social, whether it's professional, you behave as you are expected and make others feel comfortable, and yourself also, you don't feel out of place. Yeah.
And how long have you been in this business for? I haven't asked that.
So I have been coaching part-time grooming and etiquette for the past okay, let me take you back to how the journey started. I was working for Stanbic Bank in 2005, and Stanbic Bank sent me for a training, grooming and etiquette training. And when I came from that training, that course, certified and all, I was completely a changed person. I just instantly knew this is
one like this.
So from then, I started spearheading, even coaching my own fellow workmates. It was not part of my job description, but I was just doing it anyways. So it ended up spreading, even me going to other branches whenever anyone needs the coaching, whenever needs kind of the grooming, the counseling and all that, I'll just be known she is the go-to person. Then when I moved to Sondelani, I worked for a company called Sondelani Ranching as an HRM manager. It even gave me a wider scope to grow, because as an HRI, you are working with people who needs a mother to listen to them, to coach them, to teach them. And so I then took that up again and introduced the grooming and etiquette, which was not initially there, but now it was there because Mama Grace was here. And I would also be invited part-time from churches to groom the youths, some businesses when they're having team buildings. And so I would do that part-time because I had a full-time job. So weekends, evenings, I would go. But 2 years back, I established the Amazing Grace School of Etiquette. And I think that's a very long story. We can talk about that another time. But I then became full-time Amazing Grace School of Etiquette. And to date, that's what I'm doing, and I am loving it.
Because I really want to know, like, out of those 2 years that this has started officially full-time, like, what have you seen in people? What has it been inspiring to see people change, even from youth to an go way? Like, what was your best moment? Is it something that, like, you look at and be like, wow, like, this is me, I'm changing, like, the community in a way, please?
So I have had numerous messages that comes from parents, especially, and from ladies from churches, appreciating how the grooming, the coaching, the mentorship has changed. Some parents, they say, you know, we've been teaching our children these morning routines, how to do this, but they wouldn't. But now that Mama Grace is coming, they'll tell you, no. Mama Grace says I must make my bed. You can't tell me we are rushing. Mama Grace says we do make our beds before we go because it will affect my whole day. And for me, just that a child's life is being transformed and they're acknowledging, which means there is a huge impact on that, which I'm believing will even spread further as we touch more lives, as we enroll more children, as we enroll more mothers, and even the business people in their businesses as well. So just those messages, just those phone calls to say, thank you, Mama Grace, they really make my day, and it's what keeps me going.
Okay. You know, us as Wellness Wednesday want people to be well inside. So okay, I'm groomed, I'm nice, you know, like what effect would it have on the outcome, like positive attitude? What exactly can the society see when I'm, groomed, as part of being well?
So I'll pose a question to you,
Yeah.
which I'll try and answer myself. But have you ever met someone in your life who you just see them, it's your first time seeing them, and you just instantly is drawn to them? You feel like you want to know more about them. You love what you see, a radiant look, even on their appearance, their face and all. And you even want to know more about them. And sometimes even you want to be like them. That is the kind of grooming that we are talking about. A grooming that is coming from within. Remember at the beginning we said we want to tap into that inner grace. You already have it. You just need someone to tap into it. And it blooms from the inside going out. And now we are talking of when you start respecting people, not because you're expecting something from them, but because it is what feels right to do. When you are empathetic towards a brother, towards a sister, you are in an argument, but you say, let me put myself in their shoes. What could have triggered them? The world becomes a better world when people are groomed from the inside to the outside. And now I love skincare because then all this we're talking about, we are trying to groom the inner person to be respectful from within, to be empathetic from within, to be confident. It's also coming from within, yes, radiating from the outside. But then skincare, how then you then bring taking care of that vessel. Inside we are okay with Mama Grace, but skincare, you are coming in and then taking care of that skin, getting the necessary, is it the massaging, to take care of that body. Because remember, we are saying this is a vessel where God resides, and we want to take care of it from within and also from outside. So we would want to know more about the skincare and grooming and etiquette from Amazing Grace working together, because I believe you will fulfill the other part where we are glowing from the inside
And out.
and
Yes.
out.
Definitely. Definitely. I think that would be great. And also, I think an important question I had was about social media impacting. Nowadays, we're on our phones, we're scrolling, we're seeing things. I think most children nowadays, the generation that's growing up,
Yes.
social media does have an impact on this. And if you have any take on social media, what kids are doing, is it good for their well-being? Does it change the way that the grooming or the etiquette steps in? Anything that you have a comment to say on social media for the kids, especially?
So for the social media, I would actually talk more to the parents, not to the children, because as parents, we are the ones mostly fighting with our children. Why are you watching this? You're spending too much time on your phones. We are forgetting something. Social media was built intentionally to do what it is doing, keeping our children zoned, removing their focus from a lot of important things. So as parents, I would advise us not to fight our children when it comes to social media, but rather guide them. Put structures that will support the children to have less time on the screens. Sometimes they run away to the screens because you as a parent, you're not available. They need someone to talk to. they need social media to ask on those things that they want to explanation or clarity on. They rush to. So as parents, let us also be available for our children. Build structures where we have family time, where we have got set times for social media. Not really social media, using those gadgets. You've got 1 hour, you've got 2 hours. No screen time in the morning, no screen time in the evening, no screen time during dinner. And as grooming, we also need to understand that our children learn more from watching us. And so as parents, we also need to learn to put the phones down and be present with our children so that they learn from us.
I think that's good. Any additions, any takes, anything you want the people to know? Anything I might have just left out, because this is also new for me. I'm trying to get.
So I think we in a nutshell, we've managed to talk about what grooming is. And I would encourage our viewers out there, the business people, the parents, the youths, that let's take the grooming and etiquette more seriously. Let's tap into that inner grace and be the best versions of ourselves, because it helps open doors, opportunities for us as business people, as parents, as youths, the future leaders of tomorrow. Grooming etiquette is our hope that our world becomes better, our communities become a better place to be. I think that's more of what I would say.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you for joining us today. See you guys, we're not stingy with our Honest Wednesday. We're not just telling you about how the body works and the face and stuff. We're also telling you about how to be a better person out socially. So thank you very much, and you can follow her and her school on the following social media platforms on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And don't forget to also follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and learn how to do daily affirmations every day, how to, reflect, once you do unto others as you do unto you, if that's the correct verse and I've said it. So from now on, hopefully you're well at the outside, you're well on the inside, and until the next episode, stay blessed. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're done?
Can I slouch?
I for what zone? I was like,
you know what? I think you go by the corner so that the corner will support you.
On the corner will support me. I've seen models, models, they don't sit on the home bench, ma'am. They sit on the side, even on the chair. And I'm like,
it's a little bit touch of this will help.
I don't know.
But it's really, and also when you do it over and over and over again, you get used to it.
Anyway, I had an insecurity because in primary school, I was the one who developed early out of everyone. So people were like, because that's how it was. So then eventually that's how I was until high school. And then people would try to correct my posture, but other than that.
So people will not correct you. You will correct yourself when you want. So what you'll do is, every time you're walking or you're seated, when you realize you're like this, just eventually your body will adjust, you will adjust, and you'll just correct yourself. I also developed much early.
Really?
And but for some reason, I don't know what was with me. I'll show you a photo when I was in upper 6. Me, I couldn't. So people would laugh at me when I was in Form 6. I was the head girl at Silvera Mission, and I would see the juniors in the corridor. I would walk very fast. with my, my chest up and all that. And you see when I walk, you look back, you see Kafo Monica. So the issue of personalities will come in handy, because then my personality, instead of feeling shy, because I actually was a booster, but then there's nothing wrong with you. We're just different, and we just need to understand our strengths and how we respond, so that you don't feel bad, but you leverage within those strengths, within who you are.
Are you sure you're not a therapist? Because you make someone feel really good.
I
You
am.
really do make someone feel. Are you sure you're not?
So I'm
a
also
doctor, maybe underneath a therapist.
I am a certified counselor.
Oh, really?
So our grooming, we also.
Now,
Ndaona kuti apa tanga takutotaura nhamo dzake.